Welcome back to the Matt and Carly podcast.
Hello, everybody.
Or welcome here if this is your first time arriving. We are just two random bums who talk about... No, that was bad. Okay. We're just two people that love each other. That just talk about whatever the hell we feel like talking about. Or we play games. Or we just don't do podcasts because, okay. Or is that a good intro? Should we start over?
No, it's good. Yeah, sorry about that. We forgot what day it was, and then like a month went by and we didn't do a podcast.
We got lost in a black hole. Yeah.
So we are back.
We're back.
It's great to see everybody again through that little camera lens right there.
Wouldn't that be weird? Wouldn't that kind of freak you out if you were doing a live thing and you could see everybody?
Have you ever performed on stage?
Oh God, you just gave me the chills.
The same thing.
I hate it so much.
Okay, babe. What's our podcast on tonight?
It's been a little while. Well, we could either sit and chat, which is what I was thinking. Just talk about whatever the heck you feel like talking about. Just see where the convo goes. We haven't spent a lot of time together lately, so I just thought maybe we could come on here and just spend some quality time together. Or...
You mean so the first 18 hours of this day didn't count?
No.
For that?
And the last 3, 4, 6 months haven't... Nope. We have not seen each other for a while. So...
I love to have quality time late at night with you after we spend the whole day together.
Oh.
Hey, did you like it that I sprayed you with the hose today when our kids were playing in the water?
I didn't. I did not like that.
The kids thought it was hilarious.
Oh, I know. And I was laying on the ground sunning myself.
I gave you a fair warning. In all fairness, I did say to you, hey, you better protect your phone. I heard it's going to rain. And you looked at me like, you're an idiot. And then I made it rain.
It was so cold.
With ice cold water out of our hose.
It was so cold. It was awful.
That was the highlight of my day. What was the highlight of your day today?
Spinach and artichoke dip. It really was. I bought it today from the store and I got a bag of those greasy good chips. You know what I mean? Not the dry, crusty Tostitos, which are good, but they were the greasy homemade chips.
They're the thick chips.
Yeah, they're good. And so I ate a quarter of a tub of spinach artichoke. But then I went for a run. So I mean,
a quarter of a tub.
It
creeps me out even that you eat that just in general.
I don't know why. I don't know how I married you, knowing how much you dislike white creamy food.
I saw the funniest.
Ranch, sour cream,
funniest
yogurt.
video today. This lady has a husband who literally gags. Were you watching this?
No.
Right, an hour ago?
No.
This lady's husband just gags at the sight of mayonnaise. And so she got a mayonnaise jar, emptied it, and filled it with vanilla pudding so it looked like it was full of mayonnaise.
Oh, no.
And sat down at the dinner table and started to eat it next to him. And he just about blew chunks. It was hilarious.
I've seen people do that before, but I did not see that one.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them, but that one was really good. It got me. She just was so unapologetic about it. And he was doing the at the dinner
I don't
table.
really have anything in terms of food that creeps me out that bad. I'll eat just about anything. Nothing really creeps me out that I can think of.
Hot dogs creep me out.
Do they?
Yeah. I don't like hot dogs. Do you know what I did today?
What did you do today?
I mean, you know what I did today because you watched me do it.
What? I haven't seen you in so long. I need to catch up.
We filmed another video for our other YouTube channel, and it had to do with ticks. And unfortunately, we had a little issue with the focus the first time we filmed it. So I spent hours of my day throwing our daughter's Taekwondo pants with tennis balls.
Because they're white.
They're white. Yes, they're white pants. And I put a stick in the legs, so the legs were spread eagle. And I tied tennis balls in the ends of them so they were heavy. And then I tied a rope to the waist. I threw a pair of Taekwondo pants into tall grass trying to catch a tick for hours today.
Because
And my neck right now is fried.
yeah,
It hurts.
It's pretty red. So you
That's what I
did that
today.
because you were unhappy with the footage and you wanted, and the tick.
Well, I killed the tick.
Yeah, because you were testing some chemical that actually like kills ticks if you spray it on your clothes. So
I had a tick. So yeah. I ended up, well, we went to get pizza for lunch today, and I was standing in line, or I was standing like getting the pizza, and I'm talking to the lady, and I felt it crawl up the back of my neck,
God,
and I had to act like I'm not a dirty person with ticks all over me. So I reached up and just like grabbed it, and I like put it in my pocket basically because I knew what it was. But yeah, so we filmed the first video, and I killed that tick. And then when I watched the footage back, the focus was kind of weird. And sorry, is that loose?
A little bit.
There you go.
That's okay.
It's fixed.
Much better. Thank you.
Yeah. So I had to search for another tick, and I finally found one. But I spent hours. If you would have told me that I would have spent the majority of an afternoon in my lifetime throwing white Taekwondo pants into grass and pulling it back like I'm fishing, I would not have believed you.
Lila came running over today and I said, "Where's Dad?" And she goes, "Oh, he's tick fishing." And I was like, "Oh my."
Yeah, I was. But I got one.
See, that was just your dedication to perfection, because I was like, you can just cut the video just the way that it is. It's just a little blurry. It's not like we can't see you. We know who you are, and it's pretty clear to me. But,
Yeah,
I'm stuck on something.
But it went well. So, I mean, I had a pretty solid day today. I went tick fishing in our yard, ate pizza for lunch, and I sprayed you with a hose. So
it's a good day outside.
Yeah.
I don't think we've been on here since our dogs had their little incident with ticks. I don't think.
No, we have not. And we haven't talked about it. Are we going to turn this into a tick podcast?
No, we can probably just do like a quick little, just like update. Maybe. Yeah,
so our dog, Ace, he's a half Weimaraner, half German short hair pointer. Gosh, it's been a while now.
Mm-hmm.
He started to have issues with lameness. And for all of you that don't know what lameness is basically when one of the dog's legs, they either start to like limp on it or what would you call it?
Like favor.
Yeah, to favor it or like them. Pick it up. They don't want to. And he was favoring his back leg, and I thought he had like like a ligament or something, because he runs around out in our yard all the time.
Yeah.
And then later, he started to kind of act a little more sick, and then his front leg on the same side,
he started limping.
On that. We're like, oh man! And then we realized what it was, and
so it's really weird. I did like a quick Google search, and I said like dogs limping, and like his attitude was really different. He's usually super energetic and like barking and up and at him and like messing around all the time, and he was just laying on the floor and he like wasn't moving, and we were like, oh buddy, like what's going on? It almost looked like he was like sick, like with the dog flu. I don't even know if that exists, but basically just like really, really tired, and it was so not like him. So we were like, all right, we need to take him in. So I ended up taking him to the vet, and told that, well, and like a month before, or like a couple weeks before, I found a couple ticks on them, which was so weird because it was so early in the season. It was like end of February.
Yeah, it was like winter still.
Yeah, it was so weird. And
like
usually
there was snow on the ground still.
Usually the ticks don't, we've been here for a couple of years now, so they usually, we've noticed, don't get bad until like April, May, like really like now, turkey season area time.
Yeah, like when things start to green up.
Yeah, so it was so weird. We were like, man, that's crazy. So we ended up telling the vet that was what was going on, and asked if they could do like a Lyme disease test.
Yep.
And it came back positive for Ace, and she was like, oh yeah, that's probably what's going on. If he's got the bacteria in his system, it's probably flaring up right now. And when he has what they call flare-ups, his joints will get really stiff, or he'll like get lameness or whatever. So we ended up putting him on an antibiotic for like a month, and it cleared it up. I mean, it was like almost instantaneously. He was on it for like 24 hours and his mood totally changed. He was like right back to normal, but he's still favoring one of his legs.
Yeah.
And we're kind of like not sure if it's
We'll
because
probably
of,
have to, at some point here, we're going to have to take him in to probably have it looked at. But
yeah.
I hope, I mean, it would be nice if it was like something that was fixable, but it looks to me like it might just be permanent, like joint
so
damage, which
weird.
is really crappy.
I know. So poor little guy.
So we have a vendetta against the ticks
Yes.
in our area. And we learned a very valuable lesson that we're dumb and we should have had him on the tick preventative year round, which we did not.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
lesson learned, and our poor little buddy here has a little bit of a limp that he is favoring.
Honestly,
now.
though, it doesn't slow him down. He's still out in the woods tearing around.
He gets riled up and then he runs on all four legs like he doesn't have a problem. But
He's tearing around everything, terrorizing chipmunks and like birds and stuff. He's still like totally himself and fine. But yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah.
He's got something going on. So it's been long enough now where we know that it's probably off of the antibiotics. Anyways, so that was a little side story about ticks. But yes, we have a vendetta against ticks now. And we've been checking our kids like all day, every day, because it's just, they're like nasty.
Yeah.
And I honestly have not seen, besides that one.
I haven't seen the one that was on me.
You saw one when you went out looking for a spot. That was like one.
I went out scouting for turkeys
2 maybe?
like a month ago. And I walked through a piece of public property just for like 20 minutes, like right at the end of the day, just to try to roost a turkey. But I had regular clothes on that were not sprayed with any type of repellent. And I got home and sat down in our chair and noticed a tick crawling on the arm of the chair. So I had it on me. So yeah, we're very well aware of those now. And lesson learned. So to everybody out there that has dogs, if you're not on tick medication, get them on tick medication because that sucks.
Yeah.
And it is not cheap.
Nope. It's worth it to just have them on year round.
Yep.
Yuck.
So.
But anyways.
You should tell everybody about your bird experience. We've been on quite the bird journey. Out here in our country home.
Yeah. We've had a lot of birds. And most recently there have been Baltimore Orioles that have come, which was real weird because I've not seen those up here before. Or if I have, it was really, really fast. But I saw one fly by and I was like, oh, I didn't know those were here. So I did a quick Google search and found out that they eat jelly, like just straight up Smucker's
like grape
jelly. Yeah, so I put some on a plate and they were probably at our house for an entire week straight, just eating jelly. And it was like really funny because at first they would get really freaked out when the kids would like run up to the window and bang their hands and they would all fly away. And then of course Adam thought it was hilarious. So anytime he'd see a bird, we'd have to be like, buddy, you gotta hold still. And he'd run up. But they got really comfortable with us watching them and being kind of close to where we have the bird feeder. So that was actually really cool. They're very pretty. Yeah. Very, very pretty birds. But we had a pileated woodpecker, which is like,
it's like an eagle.
The size of a crow. It is humongous.
Yeah, it's really big.
I woke up one morning early.
I still have not seen it in person. I just saw the video of it. Yeah, it was surprisingly large.
I was really lucky to have my phone sitting right there because I think it got spooked when I started to move. But it landed on this little wood pile that we have right outside of our window. And it made the loudest sound. And I turned and looked. And I was like, oh my God. And I just I had my phone in my hand. So I just lifted it up really slowly and pushed record. Yeah. And I was like, that's not a normal woodpecker. It had the thing that flaps up, the little feathers that come up. And it was legitimately the size of a crow. Yeah. A small crow. It was holy crap.
I didn't realize they were that big.
I didn't either.
I've never seen one. They're in person.
Huge.
The weird thing was my high school mascot we were the Orioles. And I can remember on one hand the amount of times I'd ever seen an Oriole in Michigan. Yeah. You just never, it was oh, okay, whatever.
That's funny.
It's not like we, lived in the Baltimore area or something. It was Michigan.
Are they actually from Baltimore?
I don't know. I
mean, you're spreading misinformation.
The Baltimore Orioles?
It's not like we live in Baltimore.
There's got to be Orioles over there,
Maybe that's where they originated from and now they're gone.
Like the San Jose Sharks. There's sharks there.
Hey, That was a good
Nebraska Cornhuskers.
That was a good transition. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you want to do a fun little sports quiz? You can say no.
No.
Okay. That's fine.
What do you mean? What kind of a sports quiz?
I just did a quick little search today because I was curious to see like what kind of...
You're going to try to quiz me on sports right now?
Or me.
Oh.
Both of us. To do like a fun...
What do I get?
All right, so hold on.
Can you tell we've not had very much going on in this quarantine time? The good news is...
Not very much going on. We've always been doing something. It's just like...
The quarantine is basically lifted where we are in Michigan, which is great. And our life is basically exactly the same. Okay, so what's the sports quiz? And what do I get?
We don't have to do it.
Well, you put me on the spot.
We're here, but you can say no. It's fine.
What is the sports quiz?
So
tell me about it.
Well, okay. Before I tell you about it, there's like a long-standing stupid joke that I'm a dummy dum-dum when it comes to sports, and I don't know a lot about sports teams. And if I do,
professional sports teams,
professional
and
sports.
college.
Okay, so I played sports in high school and like a little bit of college, but it was like my brain was never. I was never interested in like retaining a lot of information. Like Matt can basically go back to like specific years and remember plays and players and games and like championships. And you have a cesspool of knowledge.
From like a high level.
Yeah.
I mean, I can remember like popular sports things.
Sure.
I don't remember like everything. Like I'm not a sports nut.
Not everything, but like you,
I remember
a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, no. I could probably count on one hand like the memorable sports moments that I've watched.
Can I tell you something really quickly? I have to say this because it just popped in my head.
Okay.
Some kid just won like a Fortnite like video game challenge, right?
Yeah.
Like Fortnite, like on whatever Xbox or whatever computer. I don't know. I don't know what they played on.
Computer.
He made more money winning this tournament than Tiger Woods did winning the Masters. And like whoever the popular tennis guy was winning the Wimbledon Cup.
I
don't know who it was.
Federer?
No, I think it was like Rafael Nadal. I don't know. I'm not tennis. I don't know tennis. But legitimately, he made like $300,000 more than some of like the most incredible sports athletes.
Is it sustainable though? Can he do it again?
No, I'm just saying like playing a video game has now become more valuable than being able to
I'm not surprised.
Play golf at like the highest level in the world.
It takes a lot to sit down and play video games for 12 hours. I'm serious. It takes a lot of mental energy.
I just don't understand that. I don't know. It's crazy to me. The
world's shifting.
I hope they do. I hope they have like a sleeping challenge because I'll win a lot of money.
Sleeping.
Yeah, like if video games can be worth that much money, why can't sleeping? Like a sleep tournament. How long can you sleep? Like what can you sleep through? I could sleep through almost anything if you let me.
It's called college, babe.
No.
What you do in college. How long can I just sleep for?
I wish.
Over the weekend. After a long partying night. Just how long can I go to sleep for?
No.
Anyways, I don't know if you want to do this, but I figured it was my backup if we heard crickets in here. But I mean, we're hearing ticks because we're talking about them. So
our subscriber count just dropped so far. It went down like 25%.
It's negative. We owe people money now.
Oh my gosh. I don't care.
Listen, we're just dusting off the old microphones here, all right?
We're jumping back in this thing.
We're dusting off the mic. It's actually dusting.
Yeah. You wanted to do a podcast?
Yeah.
Here we are. You lead the way.
You also told me you don't like games, you jerk. Why?
It was more like...
the dumb ones? The ones that I like? The ones that are like not...
I said it's important to have consistency with a podcast.
No,
and when you do random things like
know.
Start talking about animals and then pop up and say, hey, you want to do a sports quiz?
See,
I don't think we're going to get subscribers from that.
I was under the impression that this was just going to be for us and it was whatever we just decided. And I
don't want to do a sports quiz.
Really?
No. I just want to talk about our life.
Okay. We can
The
do
only
that.
people that watch this are our parents and some friends.
That's fine.
They don't care about sports quizzes. They just want to hear about our stupid shit that we do during the day.
That's fair.
But we can do a sports quiz
I
if you
just
want
thought,
to.
oh,
I don't
would
care.
You do that? You do too. I thought it would just be funny to like gauge our brains
Let's do
because
it.
you will probably do. There are some quizzes that are like varying, where like some of them are hard, some of them are.
I'm not very good at like general sports.
See, and what I think is interesting, and I heard something the other day to like, you know how you have to like they recommend like you should exercise to like keep your body healthy. Well, apparently doing quizzes and puzzles and things, it's how you exercise your mind because you use your critical thinking and your memory skills. And I don't do that enough. I sit on Instagram every once in a while and let my brain just rot. And then I watch TikTok for a little while. And I was like, you know what? This is a great time to do some brain exercises.
Well, let's do it.
Okay.
Quiz me. Let's see what I got.
My package has been shipped from Amazon. I don't remember what I ordered. Okay.
I was just excited because I got a little digital scale with a check weight, like a little package of like check weights, like
Yeah.
1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 grams.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Do you think our UPS guy hates us?
No.
Because we order like the small, like literally things for like $1.
I can tell you right now,
have to
it's a 15 to 20 minute drive from wherever they're coming from. And I feel horrible when they deliver something that's like an Amazon Prime package and it cost me like $3 to buy it.
Yeah.
Because they drive all the way out here and the guy's like, have a great day, dick.
I feel like I feel like we need to give him like a present.
I think he likes it because, I mean,
He just gets to drive around the country.
he gets paid to drive out to the country and he gets to see the calves down the block, all the baby cows, and it's peaceful. You know, you drive down the road and you're like, it's pretty nice. Oh, speaking of driving down the road, when we were out scouting for public land to possibly turkey hunt on,
Mm-hmm.
we drove up on baby foxes.
Oh, we didn't talk about that.
And I tried to jump out and grab them and
You
give them
need to
hugs.
stop when you
But they were too fast and they got into their little hole.
give them hugs.
And I wasn't really going to grab them, but
Do you know how
I
many-
wanted to get out and see them
Do you
because
know how many-
they scurried over a little hill and I was like, that was the cutest little thing I've ever seen in my life.
Do you
Baby
know how
red
many
foxes.
mama animals dislike you greatly because you keep
Yeah.
trying to catch their babies and just hug them and then put them back? They're like, I don't want you to touch my baby.
I have this weird karma. I have karma. So we were in the Rocky Mountain National Park once, Colorado.
Oh boy.
And we drove around all day, Carly and I, looking at elk and deer and, ducks and all kinds of stuff. And all day long, I see these people like out of their cars, standing on the side of the road or like kind of up little hills, really close to elk. I mean, like really close, getting pictures of bull elk and, and it was the time of year where their antlers weren't fully grown, so they were like stubby antlers with velvet. And all day long, I see these people get out, take photos. And I'm like, you know what? We got towards the end of the day and there was this really big bull, kind of standing like maybe 10 yards off the road. And it was just kind of on the other side of a tree. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to pull over. Carly goes, don't be a dumbass. Don't walk up there. I'm like, babe, I have watched hundreds of people take pictures of elk today. They're all fine. I go slowly walking up and I'm taking pictures of this big bull. And I must have taken one step too far because he slowly raised his head up and started walking directly at me. And I feared for my life and I immediately ran back to the car. But I think the baby foxes, I would have been okay.
Yeah. They were very
so
cute. They were young enough where they were really curious and like didn't know what cars were yet. So when they came out, they like popped their little heads up and they were just like looking almost like they were going to come run up to it. And I was like, oh, foxes.
You were like, oh, hey, babe. We were driving up. You're like, it's a kitten.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
really
there's a
weird.
kitten in the road. And then you looked and you squealed like a little girl.
I really
when
did.
you realized
and
you said,
I usually don't.
babe, it's a baby fox. Oh my God, it's a baby fox.
Yeah, I usually don't get like high-pitched voice for many things, but apparently my one bugaboo is baby
They're
foxes.
so cute.
Oh man.
They're way cuter than I thought they were.
Yeah, and I like, yeah. It was really sad because I wanted the kids to see it, but they were like tucked away in the back and couldn't roll down the window fast enough. And then it was like in a ditch, so they would have had to like get out of their seats.
Could you imagine
We
if
didn't
the
have enough
girls would have
time.
seen those?
They would have freaked out.
They would have been like, we're getting a baby
as
fox.
we were driving home, I was Googling pictures of baby foxes and showing them, and they were like, Mom, those are so cute. Like, we want to see them.
So, ironically enough, when we saw that, I was joking like, oh man, if I could have grabbed one of those baby foxes, we'd have a pet baby fox, just like joking about it. And the same pizza place where we were today, where I had the tick on my neck.
Yeah.
When I walked in there like 3 weeks ago to get a pizza, there was a sign on their little like push pin board, and it was like a black fox, and it said, "Lost pet fox. Please call, for a reward." And there was a picture of like a black fox sitting on a couch. I'm like, who has a?
Can you
I was
just like
I was
take
joking.
a fox?
I don't know.
I mean, are they like protected?
Like I remember we saw a black fox in Colorado on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's some type of I don't know what it is. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We saw it and we were like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, I do remember
And it was
that.
a black fox with like a white tip
But can
tail.
you just like, if you find a fox or
I think it's illegal.
wild animal, can you just
I don't think
take
so.
it in? You probably have to like tell the DNR and be like, hey, there's an abandoned little animal or something.
I think it's illegal.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Oh, that's weird.
Because people have like weird relationships with deer
Right.
and stuff, where they like put collars on them. And
Yeah. That's weird.
like they put like orange vests on them during deer season.
Yeah.
That's
that's
weird.
Not good. Okay.
How's that quiz going?
I've got one.
Okay.
Do you want to do the first one?
Sure.
Okay.
What do I get if I do a good job?
What do you want?
A back rub.
A back rub? Fine. For how long?
For an hour.
No, my wrists can't deal with that.
You do have very weak wrists.
I know. How about
10 minutes?
10 minutes? That's what I was going to say. All right, cool.
Okay.
Okay, here's the first one.
Wait, how do we know if I do a good job?
It's multiple choice.
Oh, well, shit. This is going to be easy. Hopefully. I just jinxed it. Okay, go. Go
All
ahead.
Right. Surely you've heard of the 3 nightmarish creatures, the lions, tigers, and bears. But tell me, which of these teams is not an American NFL football team? The Tasmanian Tigers, Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions, or Arizona Cardinals?
Tasmanian Tigers. Seriously?
I don't know.
Come on.
Okay.
You better bring something harder than
Fee,
that.
fi, fo, fum. Many shudder when they hear these words as they know what horrible nightmare of a creature is on its way. Who wrote this?
What is this? I
The
thought this
giant.
was a quiz.
But these giants are different. 2 sports, football and baseball, have had teams named the New York Giants. However, in 1958, the baseball team moved to California and thus had to change their name. Where did they move
San
to?
Francisco.
San Francisco. Okay.
San Francisco Giants.
See, you knew that.
Everybody knows Barry Bonds. Come on.
You're going to need a bigger boat. The movie Jaws of 1975 scared many people senseless, and they would not go in water because of the Spielberg thriller.
Yeah.
They might not be as nightmarish, but the San Jose Sharks can still make you shudder if
Hockey.
you don't like great whites. What sport do the San Jose Sharks?
Hockey.
San Jose Sharks play. You're right.
Didn't I just say that
Yeah.
on the podcast?
That's why it was a good transition.
That's funny.
Yeah. The sewers of New York are notorious for having giant albino reptiles housed within them. Many movies and television shows feature these creatures in the sewers. A movie with babies coming from the toilet has given many people nightmares. Sports teams at a university in Gainesville are named after these horrible nightmares. What do these team names go by? The Florida Crocs, Florida Pythons, Florida Snakes, or Florida Gators?
Florida Gators.
Oh, this is an easy one.
This is way too easy.
All right, let's see.
This is like not. This isn't even about players. This is just like, do you know the sports teams?
Okay. Warriors of all kinds scare many people at night. Whoever wrote this is
Golden
really
State
trying hard.
is the answer. Golden State.
No. Whether they be samurai warriors, warrior dragons, or the like, but these warriors are simply a sports team. What sport do the New Zealand Warriors play? Rugby, curling, cricket, or rugby union? Oh, rugby league or rugby union?
Let's go with rugby union. Is it?
I don't know. I have to see at the end.
I don't know. It's rugby. The New Zealand
Okay.
Warriors. Rugby league?
If you
I don't
suffer from ornithopterygitis, Celidiophobia. I'm not going to try to repeat that.
Okay.
This Canadian basketball team might scare you and even keep you up at night. Jurassic Park featured dinosaurs.
Toronto Raptors.
Yeah. Okay. I knew that one too. These are too long.
Shout out to Toronto. Getting that ring. Kawhi Leonard.
See, I don't know what you're saying right now.
Drake. Do you know Drake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Jack Sparrow might not be so bad, but some pirates can be quite frightening. The Pirates, however, play baseball
Pittsburgh.
where? Okay, you know.
You got to do better.
Yeah, this was an easy. Okay, so you can select easy, hard, or...
Go hard.
Okay.
Go hard. Just go back. Go hard, baby.
Let's see how you did.
Go hard.
You got them all right.
Oh.
Oh, wait, sorry.
I got the rugby one wrong.
The rugby one
It was rugby league, right?
Yes. How did you know that?
Because it didn't make sense in my brain that rugby union. I just guessed. But I should have gone rugby league.
All right, let's see. That was kind of fun.
Yeah. That's super fun.
You hate these. All right.
Do you think your cousins had a baby yet?
I don't know.
Your cousin's wife?
I don't know. I
keep waiting to get that text.
I know. I can't wait to see
Carly's
her.
cousin impregnated his wife.
Oh my God.
I mean, he did.
Oh,
He did.
Why do you just say it like that, though?
Props. What? I don't know. What do you want? They got pregnant.
Yeah.
And she's going to have a baby.
Yeah.
And her name's going to be Emma. It's going to be great.
It's going to be so sweet.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to snuggle that little
I
kid.
saw
I'm going to
her
snuggle
middle
her.
name, I think is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but it's Sarai, I think. Sarai. Sarai.
Sarai?
And I think it means princess.
Oh.
In Hebrew, I believe.
Emma Sarai?
Isn't that cute? I really like that.
Samari?
No. Sarai, I think.
Oh, it's
Sarai, I think is how you spell it.
I don't
And
know.
it looks like Sarah I think.
Sarai.
Sarai.
It's got to be.
Yeah. That was really, really sweet. Okay.
If we had a fourth baby,
Oh, no.
would you want it to be a girl or a boy? Would you be rooting for a girl or a boy?
I mean, just to keep things balanced,
A boy.
probably a boy, but there's
We
too many.
may have let our son walk around the yard butt naked today, and he just
Like
free
all
balled it.
day. He was so happy.
Yeah.
I don't understand boys. I'm going to really have to wrap my brain around like when he starts to get a little bit older, like the peeing and like the potty training. I don't know what I'm going to do.
He
like,
was so
girls
proud.
were easy.
He was so proud of himself that he was just peeing in the yard. He would yell across the yard at me. He'd go, "Dada, pee pee," and I'd be like, "What?" And he'd be standing there.
I don't understand boys.
I mean, we're way out in the country, so it's not like,
No, there's literally no one around.
He was
us
so
at all.
proud. He was like, "Dada, look at me pee."
All right, this is going to be a better one for you.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Who
right.
set a Major League Baseball record for hitting 18 World Series home runs in his career?
Ooh.
Mickey Mantle, Ronnie O'Sullivan, Jose Canseco, or P.E.L.
Jose Canseco.
Canseco. Oh my God, I just said that. See, my sports, Jose Canseco. I should have known that from Lyle Lair. Okay, who is P.E.L.E.?
Pele?
Pele?
Pele.
So it's either Pele, Mickey Mantle, Ronnie O'Sullivan, or Jose Canseco. Or Canseco if you
I'm going to
suck.
say it's Mickey Mantle because I don't know.
Okay, next. Dwayne Wade was originally drafted by which National Basketball Association NBA team in 2003? The Adelaide Crows,
It's the Miami
Doncaster
Heat.
Rovers, the Miami Heat, or LA Lakers?
Miami Heat.
Okay. Which starting pitcher on the 2008 Phillies baseball team had the most wins in the season? Jamie Moyer, Brett Favre,
That's a football player.
Al Unser, or Roy Halladay? Just guess, not Brett Favre.
What was the first one? Moyer?
Jamie Moyer.
I'm going to say it's Halliday.
Okay,
I don't know baseball very well.
I don't either.
Honestly,
In amateur wrestling, how many points is an escape worth? 10, 4, 1, or 7?
it's 1.
1?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, an escape is worth 1.
Baseball's Frank Viola was most noted for pitching with the Minnesota Twins. He pitched the only one hitter of his career with which team? The Arsenal Gunners, Seattle Seahawks. That's a trick.
That's football.
Chicago Cubs or Boston Red Sox. Do you
I'm
recognize that person?
I'm not a baseball person. That's why it's hard because nobody watches
Let's
baseball.
say the Sox. Let's just go with the Sox.
I think it was the Cubs.
Okay, we'll go with the Cubs.
Nah,
Which team won the Stanley Cup in the 1960-61 season, winning their third Stanley Cup? The Toronto Raptors. That's basketball. They're throwing in little tricks in here. Chicago Black Hawks, Montreal Expos, or the Calgary Flames?
Montreal.
Okay. In Game 5 of the 2006 NBA Finals, who accidentally called timeout after Dwayne Wade's first of 2 free throws in the final seconds of the game, costing the Dallas Mavericks the game and eventually the series? Rogers Hornsby, Mark Martin, Larry Csonka, Kasanka, or Josh Howard?
Oh, gosh.
You were in your second year of college?
Wait, say it again.
First year of college.
Who called it? Who
Game
accidentally
5,
called a timeout?
Who accidentally called a timeout after Dwayne Wade's first of 2 free
Free
throws
throws.
in the final seconds of the game, costing the Dallas Mavericks the game and eventually the series? Rogers Hornsby.
I want to say it's
Martin,
Howard.
Josh Howard, or Larry Kasanka. I don't know how to say his name.
Let me see it.
Kasanka?
Larry Zonka.
Zonka.
Larry Zonka. I think it's Josh Howard.
Okay. How many regular season wins did the Philadelphia Phillies have in 2008 to clinch the National League division?
If it's a baseball question, just pass because
pick.
I do not. I hate watching baseball.
The WNBA has its first final for the championship in 1997.
Okay.
Which team won the league's first 4 championships? Chicago Storm, Houston Comets, Brampton Lions, or the Action FC? The Action FC is a
What was the first the
Chicago Storm,
and then the next
Houston
one?
Comets, Brampton Lions.
It's the Chicago Storm.
Okay.
It's got to be. I think.
This is the last question. Which city was host to Super Bowl XLII, which would be
47?
47, played in early 2008? Akron, Tokyo, Phoenix, or Zurich? Zurich.
What city was it? Phoenix?
Which city was host to Super Bowl
I don't know.
whatever
Phoenix.
in 2008?
See, like this.
Akron? Ohio?
Had to be Phoenix.
Tokyo?
No, it had to be Phoenix.
That's what we're going to guess. Submit my answer.
They're not going to have the Super Bowl in a different country.
Duh.
Nah, that ain't going to happen. Okay.
Okay, you got Mickey Mantle right.
Yeah.
Miami Heat was right. Roy Halladay was not right. It was Jamie Moyer.
Damn it.
Let's see. 1 point for Escape in wrestling is correct. Frank Viola played for the
Red Sox. Yeah.
Not the Cubs. It was not the Montreal Expos. It was the Chicago
Calgary?
Blackhawks.
Oh, really?
And Josh Howard was correct.
Yeah.
That one I just guessed.
Whoa.
Baseball question.
Oh. You didn't even. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was not the Chicago Storm. It was the Houston Comets for the WNBA question.
Really? That's even a team? I didn't see. I feel bad now because I don't even have a clue.
And the Super Bowl was Phoenix.
Yeah.
There you go.
I know nothing about hockey or baseball. Like nothing.
Yes, you do. You know what a puck is.
I mean, yeah, but like if you ask me like players or teams or like,
Yeah.
say it like shocks me how some people know, like they can tell you about like the 1973 World Series and like Game 4, and it was like, how do you have like that type of a memory to remember that much sports trivia? That's
Okay,
that's not me.
I'm gonna let you pick something for me. So here's how it goes. Basically, it's actually kind of cool. You just pick a category and then you just keep filtering, and then all of a sudden you'll get a quiz.
I just keep filtering.
So just like pick something that you think I might understand, and then there's like easy, hard, advanced.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do
preferably not cricket because I'm not even really sure how that's played.
Some of these are interesting. I'll let you pick, okay, between two. Do you want to do American football?
Okay.
Or golf?
Golf.
Gonna go golf?
Yeah.
Okay.
I may have absorbed more information in golf than football.
Okay. And then I'll let you pick between this. You can either do golf mixture or golfers.
Golf mixture.
Golf mixture coming at you. Okay. You want to do the very difficult?
Give me something right up the middle.
Average.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird when you click on it. You have to like click the...
I can figure it out. I'm trying to see like what
I gotcha.
Here.
Mixed golf.
Oh. There's no way.
What?
Okay. Yep. Okay. We're going to do moderate golf.
So background for me with golf.
You went to golf camp.
You played golf. My brother played golf in high school.
I was a golfer in high school.
And my dad was a golfer. I have a set of clubs. I have golfed before. So that's all I know. I
think I did this wrong.
I've never done it. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You're like, I think I got it.
Did I do it right?
Hold on. Scroll down the yellow. Say play on a single page. Single page.
What? Where?
It takes you to HTML.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, it looks like an ad because it's awful.
This is a terrible website.
I know. That's why I said I was going to have to show you what I did.
Hey, funtrivia.com. It's not fun when you don't know how to figure it out. Okay. Okay.
It doesn't show you the answers till the end.
I gotcha. Okay. Number 1. The Stableford scoring system rewards aggressive play. True or false?
True.
True. Do I have to hit next or I just go down?
You can do both. It just takes you to the next part of the page.
Oh, I see. Okay. Number 2. When addressing the ball for a tee shot, you accidentally tap the ball and it falls off the tee. At this point, you must play the ball as it lies. True or false?
True, unless it's the first hole, because you get a mulligan, right? True.
Okay.
That's how I played anyway.
Which PGA major tournament is always played at the same course? The British Open, the US Open, the Masters, or the PGA Championship?
The Masters at Augusta.
Nice. That one is correct. I know that. A double eagle is rarer than a hole-in-one.
I'd say true. I would say probably true. What even is a double eagle? It's when you get like 1 over a hole-in-one on a par 5. So it's a 2 on a par 5.
A 4 on a par 5 is a birdie.
Yeah.
A 3 is an eagle.
So a 2 on a par 5 would be a double eagle. Yeah. I would say that is way more.
That would be like hitting a driver and then hitting a 3-wood.
Because I would venture to say that most hole-in-ones happen on par 3 or par 4. A double
a hole-in-one on a par 4? That's
par 3.
Probably very
yeah, I would
rare.
say a double eagle is probably more.
Have you ever driven the green on a par 4?
I don't remember.
I have.
I'm sure I have.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah, in a golf cart. Yeah, I have.
What is the name for a double eagle? So the answers are there never was a name, a falcon, an ace, an albatross.
Albatross.
What is a sandy? A large sand trap, a ball buried in a sand trap, a player hits out of a sand trap onto the green, then makes the putt, or a long curling putt named after Sandy Lyle.
The last one.
A long curling putt named after Sandy Lyle.
Yeah. Pulling a Sandy.
Sandy. Okay. Where is the Western Open held? Illinois, California, Arizona, or Colorado?
I'm going to say Arizona.
Okay. A player can replace his or her ball with a different one while in the middle of playing a hole if it is covered in mud, as long as the other players in the group agree.
I'd say true.
True or false?
True. Maybe. That's weird.
Okay. Gotta play it as it lies.
Uh-oh, did I get that wrong?
Oh, see, that's kind of weird because saying replace is confusing. Does that mean you can pick it up and clean it, or does that mean you can
Right.
swap it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because technically you can clean it, right? You just put it right back or no?
You're not supposed to be able to touch the ball.
Oh, makes sense.
Okay. A player hits it onto the green. A seagull flies in, picks up the ball, flies off with it, and drops it into the water. How is this handled? No penalty, but the player hits again. A one-stroke penalty, and the player hits again. The player can place a new ball in the approximate position. The player must hit from across the water.
I would say put a new ball where it was. That doesn't seem right, though.
The player can place a new ball in the approximate position.
Yeah, that's my best guess.
Yeah? Okay. Not even one hole of the Western Open was ever played where? Cog Hill, Oak Brook Golf Club, Kemper Lakes Country Club, or Butler National?
Oh, I'm going to say Oak Lakes.
There is no Oak Lakes. It's Oak Brook or Kemper Lakes.
Oak Brook.
Oak Brook. Okay, I'm going to submit my answers. This was a tough one.
That was tough.
This is moderate. It doesn't seem moderate. So, yes, the Stableford scoring system does reward aggressive play.
Duh.
But you had no idea what that
No,
was.
I-
You just said true.
Duh.
So, just so you know, the Stableford scoring rewards a birdie with 2 points, yet a bogey only subtracts 1 point. So, go for the birdie.
Interesting.
When addressing the ball for a tee shot, you accidentally tap the ball off and it falls off the tee. At this point, you must play the ball as it lies. Your answer was true. The answer is actually false. A stroke is only counted when the player intentionally swings at the ball. That's weird. Yes, the Masters is correct. A double eagle is rarer than a hole-in-one. The albatross is the name for a double eagle.
I knew it.
Sandy, no, it's not after Sandy Lyle. It's when a player hits it out of the sand trap on the green and then makes the putt, which is kind of bullshit because it's kind of like an up and down, but you know, you can do an up and down from off the sand too. So whatever. Call it a Sandy if you want. That's cool. The Western Open is actually held in Illinois. Good to know.
I knew that was going to be a trick question.
And no, a ball cannot be replaced while playing a hole unless it is physically cut or out of shape.
Good to know.
So play it as it lies.
Yep.
No swapping balls.
Shit.
Yes, so the player can place a new ball in the approximate position if a bird does this. And it says this has happened several times at Doral in Florida.
The jerk seagull.
Yes, and you picked the wrong one because Kemper Lakes Country Club was the correct answer. And it says, in 1987, a huge flood forced tournament officials to place some holes at Oak Brook adjacent to Butler National.
Interesting.
There you go.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, you want to quiz me again?
That was a good one. Yeah.
What's your favorite sports memory of all time?
Personally,
what's the one thing that you remember from your life, like that is related to sports, and you remember exactly where you were and like what was going on?
I have no idea when this was or what tournament it was, but I remember when Tiger Woods did the iconic like picture or whatever.
I was just
watching
gonna say that
with my brother and my dad, and they were like losing their minds, and I was like, "Yeah, Tiger Woods, woo!
Yeah.
You did it!"
I have two memories that I remember very like accurately. I was playing golf at the Olivet Country Club in Olivet, Michigan, which was basically like a big field. But I had played a full 9 holes, and this is when I was younger, and I was making the turn. So I was at the country club, and I was getting like a drink of water or whatever.
Yeah.
And all the old men were watching the TV, and I remember it was when Tiger made that putt, and he started like chasing it down. And he was pointing at it, and when it dropped, he did the yeah, you know, like he was like doing the thing, and everybody lost their minds.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, this guy's like a god
I do
of
remember
golf.
that. I remember that, and then there were a couple Stanley Cup final games when Detroit won in 2003 or 1997. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
I remember that, and I
think it was
remember
97.
I don't
I have to
remember what
look
the year
now.
was.
Did I
I
get
do
that right?
remember watching on TV in the NBA Finals when the Chicago Bulls were playing the Utah Jazz, and Jordan had the ball, and he like faked left and went right, and everybody thought he pushed off because Byron Russell was guarding him. I think it was Byron Russell, and he faked towards the lane, like over the free throw line, and it looked like he pushed off, but he just stopped, and his hand was like on Byron Russell, and he just like basically broke his ankles, and he hit the jumper from like right there and just stood there, and it was like, oh boy, like sucks to be the Utah Jazz right now.
Yeah,
I remember that. It was like dagger. It was like the ultimate, like everybody knew in the world that Jordan was gonna take the shot. It's like, just don't let him take the shot.
Yeah.
Just do anything. Stop him from taking the shot. And he freaking sunk it. And it was like, how do you stop this man? You don't.
So
Just like Tiger Woods when he's on fire. You don't.
So now I remember why it was such a big deal, the Stanley Cup game series. I remember it very specifically because I was, 89. I was like 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother must have been like 7 or 8.
Okay.
So it was like old enough to to watch something and like be invested in it and think it's really cool. And my cousin, I remember watching it too.
Mm-hmm.
So the Detroit Red Wings had not won a Stanley Cup series final since 1955, and then they won it in 97 and 98. So it was like back-to-back wins where they won the Stanley Cup. Yeah. And I remember
everybody's like, hey, hockey time. Yeah. It was like this big thing. I didn't even know like Detroit had a hockey team.
I remember I was like, I was like just under 10. I was like 8 or 9. And I remember being like, over that span of the 2 years, I was like, okay, wait, we won it. And then we won it again. What if we just like win it always? Yeah. And it was like my young 8-9-year-old brain couldn't comprehend that it's like there's a lot of other really good teams. I was like, what if we just keep winning, guys? And they were like, yeah, no, you're.
Who was the Red Wing player? Was it Sergei Fedorov? Is that his name?
That's a name of a player. Yeah.
He wasn't just a player. He was like awesome, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I remember like seeing highlights of Sergei Fedorov. He was on because I remember playing like hockey video games. He was like a 99.
I think he was one of the
like it was like Fedorov, and it was like
he was one of the guys, one of the 3 or 4 Russian guys that got into the accident after their limousine crashed, or the limousine driver was like drunk or whatever.
Did he,
I think
die?
No, they all like had brain damage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got like really messed up.
That's where he went.
What
is that like? Why he like is not in hockey?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think. Wait, hold on. I think he was one of them.
I just remember seeing like incredible goals, and it was like, wow, this guy's really good. It was Sergei Fedorov, right?
Yeah,
that's the guy's name.
Wait, I have to look that up now.
Your brother is gonna be so disappointed that I don't know any of this stuff. I'm like, who? Like I remember like Brett Hull, and I know who Wayne Gretzky is, like those guys. And now I know the Red Wings had a really good goalie for a long time, and I can't remember his name, but he was like one of the best goalies in the league. Yeah. That's about all I remember for hockey. Hockey.
Yeah, that was the 6 it was like 6 days after the Stanley Cup when they won. Ooh. And whatever, and they were out like partying and celebrating, and that was in 97. It was the Russian 5. That's right. It was
I'm trying to rack my brain to remember.
I remember that very specifically. It was Vladimir Konstantinov. He was the one that got real messed up, and I think he was in a wheelchair and like really brain damage. Really, really sad crap.
That's sketchy.
Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, Sergei Fedorov, I believe, was in the limo, but did not have as bad of
injuries from it.
Yes, I remember that.
Do you remember Brian Miller?
Oh wait, maybe he wasn't in it.
Who was the guy that played for Michigan State and then he went on to the NHL and played? He was a goalie.
Oh.
Is it Miller?
Oh.
Something Miller. Because it was like, it's Miller time. And he was a goalie. And I don't remember who he played for. All I remember is seeing on Facebook when we were in college or sometime. The dude.
Tommy Miller?
No. It's Miller time is the catchphrase, and he was a goalie.
Drew Miller?
No, I think it was. I want to say it was Brian Miller.
Ryan Miller?
Ryan Miller. Did he play for Michigan State? He was on the Michigan State hockey team, and then he played in the NHL. He won the Stanley Cup, and the reason I know this.
East Lansing, Michigan.
Yeah,
Yep.
so he played for Michigan State, and then he went on, and they won the Stanley Cup. He brought the Stanley Cup to the Land Shark.
Really?
Yeah, the bar in East Lansing.
Yeah.
And they did they did a shark bowl. Where they filled the top of the Stanley Cup up, and they all drank.
Funny.
And it was like, yikes.
There's a guy.
Like,
there's a guy whose entire
come
life,
on.
or probably multiple guys, who are dedicated to just escorting the Stanley Cup around.
Yeah, he brought.
How do you get that job? Just being the guy who babysits the Stanley Cup.
No.
Yeah, but think about how many fun parties you get to go through, and just for nothing.
I guess so. But
Everybody probably loves you.
Do you know how much stress you'd have to be? No.
Do you know how much tail that guy probably is?
None.
Oh, come on.
Oh, what do? I watch a piece of metal.
Do you know how many hot ladies who love the Stanley Cup and hockey would be like, oh my God,
that dude does not want the 60-year-old ladies or whatever.
Oh no, there's probably some young.
No.
Yes.
There's
I guarantee
two.
you, I want to get that guy on the podcast.
No.
One of them. The Secret Service of the Stanley Cup, please call in.
No.
I'd like to talk to you about your job. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Yeah, he brought it to the Land Shark, and I saw the photos because I was friends with this guy that was kind of weird, and like for some reason this dude used to end up at all these parties where these people were, like popular people, but I don't know how he ever got invited. I think he just like knew where they were and showed up, but he had all kinds of photos next to this dude like drinking out of the Stanley Cup.
Pretty sweet.
And it was like, whatever you gotta do.
I saw it once in a parade downtown
it.
Detroit when they won 97 or 98, whichever one.
Yeah.
They were hoisting it in like a Jeep with the top down driving by, and I was probably like from here to like Lyle and Lauren's room. I was like, but that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my only story. Anyways, thanks for humoring me doing this silly little sports trivia game.
We need to get back on the old podcast train. It's been rough. Our kids are on a weird schedule.
Well, we're in like summer mode now where it's late. So are kind of...
The sky had light in it at 11, after 11 o'clock last night.
Yeah, it's weird.
And our kids are like vampires.
Yeah.
So it's like they just don't want to go to sleep or whatever it is.
It's funny. Yeah, I had a good thing going when it first started where I was like keeping up with the schedule, and I like wrote it all down and put it on a little bulletin board, and I was like, all right, we're going to stick to it.
Yeah.
And we did pretty good for a while. And now it's like
9:30,
10. They're like just...
I'm exhausted at the end of the day.
I know.
I fell asleep in the chair, like in my like camo. I have a camo recliner, and I fell asleep in that thing. And when I woke up at like 2 a.m, I was like, I'm not moving anywhere. I'm not getting out because I'm not risk waking up our kids.
I know. I don't know how you sleep in that.
It's a choice. It's a mental decision. I'm like, I am not going to wake up any of these kids.
Whenever
I will sit here and not move at all.
I see you laying there, and I always feel so bad. So I like cover you up, but then I want to like pick you up, but I cannot do that.
You should try it.
You would like.
By the way, last night when you fell asleep on the couch, I walked over and did like this on your arm, and you like came out of your skin.
Did I?
Sleep. You were like.
I don't remember
and you
that.
were like, babe, that tickled. And I was like, I'm gonna do it again. Next time you fall asleep, I'm gonna walk up and do it. I'm gonna video it.
We recently moved we have a set of shitty couches and a set of nice couches. And we recently rotated our shitty couches from upstairs where we spend a lot of time to our downstairs. So now I have been falling asleep on the couch at the end of the night, and it's like awesome. I love it because it's like
you fall asleep
yeah, I do.
You could be on the crappiest couch ever and you fall asleep.
Yeah, that's true.
You're like programmed to.
I know. Lately,
when it hits midnight and you're on a couch, you're like.
Lately, I can't.
Out.
I gotta be on it. No. Okay.
Well, I think we did a great job.
Re-entering the podcast world.
If I learned anything about myself today, it's that I am terrible at tick fishing, and I don't know shit about baseball.
You should see if there's a tick catching contraption. I'm sure
Well,
that that exists.
I saw a video of how to do it,
Oh.
and that's why I asked you. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to put like a dowel in like
a
a
bed
white
sheet or like
a white pillowcase.
Yeah.
So the dowel keeps it flat and wide, and you're supposed to like hold it like
You
with
should
a
have
stick.
just taken a
and
big stick and a bed sheet and just dragged it across.
That's
through
what
the
I did
field.
with the Taekwondo pants. It was just way smaller and dumber. But I got it. I got
The
the
bed sheet would provide like lots of coverage. Anyways, okay.
Yeah.
I wish I would have taken a video of you. It looked like you were, you know how like there. I don't know what group of people does this, and this is gonna be bad if it's a bad thing. But there's like you can put sage in like one of those things where you swing it around and like you light it on fire, and it's supposed to like be on demons. It looked like you were doing that. You had
like witchcraft?
yeah. You had like a thing on a string and you were like swinging it back and forth into the woods and then dragging it. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it was really weird. I was really hoping
funny.
our neighbors weren't going to look over and be like, what the hell is he doing? Like our neighbor is nuts.
I wish
Our neighbor is nuts.
I wish I could have gotten a video of it. It was really funny. But I like your enthusiasm because you were just trying to help by making a video of how to not get ticks on yourself. And we just learned this information because we were all freaked out about ticks.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And I know it works. The stuff we get, the video, the stuff we spray, because we were all over in nasty weeds and stuff, and nobody had a tick.
Yeah. Ticks are gross. Okay. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, we're going to keep trying to chug along here with our podcast and not use our kids as an excuse, even though it's hard. I think we should wake up really early in the morning.
That will never happen. We're just going to start doing this for us. So if you don't like our content, that's okay. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to do it for me.
I'm telling you, we'll just count this as mental exercise. We'll either talk about things and use our critical thinking skills, or we'll do quizzes or games, or you can just teach me something, or I'll teach you something, and we can teach it the internet that from our own experiences. That's it.
Sounds good.
Welcome. Bye.
Was that the sign off? Are we done? Okay.
That's our podcast.
Okay. Thanks for watching.
Have a nice night.
Bye.
Bye.